time, and you know what time it is. It is Football 90 time, and as usual, tuko kwenye red carpet. Red carpet leo ni wapi?
Tuko katika Nyayo Estate Embakasi.
Yep.
And the team hosting us is called
Meteorite FC.
Meteorite FC.
Team ya mtaani wanacheza kwenye red carpet hapa. Nyayo Embakasi iko hapa next.
Nyayo Estate.
Nyayo Estate Embakasi.
It's quite big.
It's big.
And you can't even predict there's such a ground here.
Yes.
Atafikiria.
By the way, and this is now gate A.
This is gate A.
Let's go gate A, B, C, D.
Okay.
You can imagine.
It's quite a huge estate.
It's a constituency on its own. Hii inafaa kwa constituency yao wenyewe.
Wakwenda MCA wao, MP wao.
I'm telling you. Anyway, a lot is planned up for us today. We are talking about AFCON 2027. You're talking about the Kenyan Premier League. Gor Mahia wamefungua gap kule juu. We are talking about AFC Cup. We're talking about the last round of FKF Cup matches. We're talking about World Cup qualifiers under 20 for women. There's a lot in store for you guys. And we started off where?
We start with AFCON.
AFCON 2027.
There was speculation that AFCON has been postponed and Pamoja Spirit is back. Motsepe confirmed.
Motsepe alisema nyinyi mnafikiri inaenda mahali, sijui ni nani alisema. Nyinyi mnaendelea kufikiria tu. But
tuko
option A is Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, Kampala.
Correct.
Option B is Dar es Salaam, Kampala, Nairobi. Option D, it is Kampala, Nairobi, Dar es Salaam. So those three cities on alternating are the hosts of AFCON 2027. There was a press conference 2 days ago, and everybody thought that Motsepe is going to announce that AFCON 2027 has been postponed to 2028. Then from there we start 4-year cycles of AFCON. Kuna kitu kama hiyo. Umesema tuko on. Let's listen to Motsepe, what he had to say.
The AFCON next year in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda is going to be enormously successful. And I saw, as I said, over the last few days, I see lots of media speculation, whether it's social media or even, I'm told, in the Guardian, the Guardian newspaper. In London, one of the most respected newspapers in the world, that there was an allegation that I am here to tell Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda that I'm taking away the AFCON because our three countries are not going to be ready. That's totally unfounded. Will there be challenges? There are always challenges. I had a big challenge in Cameroon. Soon after I became president, I was told by the people whose views I respect that Cameroon is not ready. You have to take it away. And they gave me recommended a number of countries which were ready because they had the infrastructure. But we have to believe in ourselves as Africans. And when we went to Côte d'Ivoire, the president of Côte d'Ivoire is here, the same problem. Lots of media saying Côte d'Ivoire will never be ready and we should take it away. But as I said, that principle that has made us in African football to succeed is because I was very clear, CAF was very clear, African football was very clear that we're going to work together despite any challenges, and AFCON next year in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda is going to be enormously successful.
Salam.
We go to Serikal.
Serikal walikuwa Kericho.
Walikuwa kule kwa majani
chai.
Na wakafanya ile kitu.
They were playing against some
APS Bomet.
APS Bomet.
Ilikuwa a revenge match. By the way.
Ilikuwa revenge mission mbaya. It's only last month. Was it last month in December? December AP Bomet walifanya ile kitu.
4-1.
4 good ones.
Mkaendea ngapi? Mbili tu. Za machozi.
In fact,
na points 3 to make it more important.
It was a very tactical game. I must say Pamzo at Samuel Molo at APS Bomet has done some great work. Yeah. Because you could see the structure that they had.
Yeah.
But what iliwashtua ni vile Gor came at them in the first minutes. They pressed so hard and so high, they made mistakes at the back. 6 minutes, bam. So Gor walifungiwa bao kasema now we can play. They relaxed. And then APS Bomet wamekuwa pia ni they've borrowed a leaf from Brentford, from yet mwingine throw in ni gani?
Fulham.
Hey, throw in, free kick, name it, all those things came into play yesterday. They are dead ball specialists. They score their goals from dead balls, either throw in, free kick.
So they are watching a lot of EPL.
Of course, and Gor scored the second goal from a throw-in again for the second consecutive match. Then leading 2-0, I think walizuba dakika moja tu, because immediately they scored, a minute later
APS wakakuwa na ile ya machozi.
Ochi tena akafunga goal.
Machozi.
Alifunga Gor 3 first leg, amefunga tena. Yes. So 4 goals amefunga against Gor Mahia.
Alafu nasikia vile anaitwa?
Ochi. Oh, tunamjua sana. Actually the biggest problem,
I think he enjoys.
Yes, and he was coming back from injury to score against Gor. So, like the coach says, there are 2 ways to make your name. Either you score for Gor or you score against Gor. First goal they're conceding in 6 games, so it's something big for APS Bomet.
Yeah.
So that's how the match went. In Kericho it was raining.
It was raining.
So tusikie vile coach anasema Pamzo Molo na the man himself, Charles Akono of Gor Mahia.
Impressed the way my boys played, more especially building the ball from behind, and these are the things we'll be doing. When we were building the ball from behind, it's only that a mistake happened in the first goal, but otherwise we'll keep on doing that. And I believe that we really pushed Gor. We really pushed Gor. We were playing against a very experienced side, and they knew how to manage the game, especially when they were leading 2-0, and then also when it was 2-1. They really managed the game well. But we tried everything possible, especially with the substitutes that I did. More punch in the up front, but it didn't work. But I'm happy for Hansen.
Well, he scored 3 goals against Gor Mahia the last time. Why did you leave him off the bench today?
No, he's just coming from injury, and this is his first game. So I think that those 45 minutes were enough for him, and I believe that coming next game he's going to play because he's very instrumental in my team.
You're tottering dangerously on the other side of the log. What's your plan with your next game as well?
I told the players, and even the management, I know we are going to survive the league. When you lose against Gor Mahia and you play well, I think you just have to be proud. But the teams that are below us, and maybe few teams that are in front of us, we need to get the 3 points. We need to get wins from them. But otherwise, the foundation is there. Everything is working. We are comfortable on the ball. Going forward, I am impressed. So it's just about, again, defending again. Because I believe that these 2 goals they scored, they were cheap goals we could have managed.
Today was a very necessary point for us, 3 points. We knew what they did to us in the first round, and so we were very cautious of how to go about it, also on the way the field was. But tactically, we wanted to be compact, we wanted to set them up, and the first goal was as a result of that. We set them up and we pressed, got the ball, and we scored. The boys are really, really processing things very well, and it makes us very, very happy.
In the second half, you almost looked like you lost formation. The captain, Alpha, was looking lost in it. What was the problem in the second half?
Well, obviously, they were losing. They needed to push. You know, we don't come here and have a joyride. You know, the opponent is also as good. And so they came in and they were really pressing and pushing forward, throwing long balls at us, and then it means that you go forward, you have to come back again. And so as a result of that, maybe some few players were tired, but we managed it. And then tactically we changed. We brought in another defender to stabilize the defense line, and it went well. And at the end of the day, we managed to get a second goal.
Well, you said this was a turning point for Gor Mahia. What did you mean?
I mean, our opponents drew last was it yesterday? Yeah, and we were also on an away match, a very difficult one. You're looking at an opponent who is not afraid of us, who doesn't give us respect. You know, in the first round, 4-1, they sort of embarrassed us a bit, and so you got to come here with a lot of seriousness, a lot of determination, an idea how to go about it and win, and that's what we did.
That's for Serkal. 6 points clear?
6 points clear at the top of the table. AFC Leopards second, but with a game in hand. But you know how it goes with games in hand.
Yeah,
Awesabigi sana.
It's either you are looking forward to win, no draw.
Yeah, there are no two ways about it.
Yeah, they have to get the 3 points.
You must win that game. You ndo shida ambayo iko na game in hand. It gives you a lot of pressure. And they're playing against the game in hand is against Nairobi City. Nai boys.
Talking of Ingwe, we move now to Coast.
Yes.
Where they were facing Bandari. They were being hosted by Bandari FC.
Ilikuwa ni Bandari FC versus AFC Leopards at the Bandari Stadium in Mombasa at the port. It's one game that even the coach says we are lucky to escape with a point.
But if there are two teams in the KPL that have masterclass defensive, hizi mbili. Watching this game yesterday.
Ingwe na nani na Bandari.
Defense for
Yeah, they've really tried. They've upped their game in what they do, especially in the goalkeeping department. I mean, Bandari has always picked out very good goalkeepers. Opio, who left Bandari recently, went to Zambia, professional contract. Brian Omondi, who left at the end of last season, is at Gor Mahia.
I'm going to Brain, I'm a brand.
It's called Brian.
Brian.
Yes, Brian Omondi. Yeah. I'm a bio. Make it easy, unaweza tu bio.
Bio, yeah.
Tunajua bio. Hiyo ingine hatujui ni gani.
Mimi brain.
Yes. So, it was FC Leopards versus the Bandari goalkeeper.
Yes.
The guy really man of the match.
Mesikia hiyo Bandari goalkeeper, meaning Ingwe goalkeeper alikuwa picnic.
Alikuwa anasoma gazeti, hata angepewa gazeti asome, atulie, atume
anajipanguza,
angetuma ma SMS, pewe madafu hapo, akunywe kidogo. He had no work.
But eventually
absolutely no work. Eventually it was 0-0, which is very disappointing for AFC Leopards actually, because if you're in the title race, you cannot afford, especially after mtu wako juu yako ameshinda game, you try as much as possible and push and get a win.
Absolutely.
And remember waliambiwa maze Gor washashinda game yao. We have to up our game.
But I think that was now also another pressure.
Yes.
Because considering they're on the title race, all they needed is 3 points. Not sharing, not anything else.
It's not easy. Maybe the next game now they'll sit a bit easy.
Yeah.
Because FC will be playing they're playing Posta Rangers in the next game.
Yes.
And Gor Mahia is playing KCB in the next game. So you can say both teams, these are easy picks, but for Gor will be a bit tricky because KCB is under Robert Matano, the Lion. You might just decide to sit back, lock the game, and that's it.
But also remember, you said they have a game in hand, which again they should take advantage of it.
But you take advantage when you're closer to the top, exactly. Not when you are very far off. Acha tusikize coaches wa AFC Fred Ambani na Mwalala from Bandari.
Sasa kwake Tyson inaandaliwa huku. Ndefu sana kwake Mbaja. Beautiful football, beautiful.
Mchezo umekuwa mzuri licha na ukosefu wa mabao. Nasema at least wachezaji wameonyesha mchezo wa hali ya juu. Tutazidi kufunga, lakini leo siwezi walaumu juu wamejaribu, lakini kipa pia naweza sema kipa Bandari amekuwa man of the match kwa sababu ukiangalia zile save ameka amefanya kazi.
Na coach mbali na kumsifia kocha wa Bandari goalkeeper kutokana na save zake, lakini hiyo sikuwa ni sharpness umekosekana kwa wachezaji wako, kitu ambacho ulikuwa nacho awali ukakirekebisha na labda kinaanza kurudi tena.
Sasa inarudi tena juu ukiangalia tunawakia kila wiki tunawakia finishing na kila wiki tunawakia at least utulivu ukifika karibu na goli, na nadhani tu imekuwa tu unlucky for the team kupata hiyo draw. Ukiangalia tumeka chances tumezikosa, lakini hatutachoka kuwakia, ndio kazi yetu, tutaendelea kuwakia mpaka sio tunaipata right.
Na coach, kipindi cha kwanza ulikuwa na mshawasha, kikosi chako kilikuwa kinafika sana katika eneo la mpinzani, lakini kipindi cha pili tukaona tofauti. FC Leopards ambayo imerudi ikawa imepoa. Pakubwa wapi ndio palikosekana kipindi cha pili ikawa tofauti na kipindi cha kwanza?
Nadhani pia ukiangalia weather pia ilikuja kwa affect kidogo, so unapata ukiangalia second half wakianza walianza kama kuna udhaifu kidogo. Na nadhani pia ilibidi sana at least to make changes and at least turudi kwa mchezo leo tumesaidia. Na ukiangalia pia unajua creative player wetu Tyson anaonekana ameumia. Sasa bila at least lakini sasa ingekuwa bora kwa ndani ya uwanja ingekuwa vitu tofauti nadhani.
Nadhani nimeridhika sana. Tulikuwa nyumbani, tulitarajia kupata alama 3. Lakini hii moja nadhani FC Leopards wame drop 2 points, sisi tumegain 1 point. Naweza sema 100% nimeridhika na hii point moja kwa sababu tangia mchezo uanze hadi dakika ya mwisho imekuwa ni FC Leopards against our keeper. Nadhani hiyo ni kitu moja ambao lazima tuangalie kwa jicho lingine, kwa sababu nadhani hatukucheza mchezo wetu kabisa. Nadhani pia kikubwa zaidi, najua tatizo liko wapi. Baada ya mchezo leo kuna vitu ambazo zimejiexpose kabisa, ni vitu gani ambazo zinafaa tuzifanyie kazi. Ukiangalia pia nina tatizo ya options hapo katika safu la ushambuliaji. Ukiangalia nina wachezaji karibu 6-7 wako kwenye mchezo wa leo. So kwenye bench nilikuwa na youth karibu 3 ambao bado ninajaribu kuwajenga, na katika mechi zinazokuja ndaanza kuwachezesha. Vile vile nilikuwa na almost 4 defenders pia kwa bench, kwa sababu sikuwa na any other player ambao angekuja kwenye safu la bench, I mean. So I think for hard luck for FC Leopards, kwa sababu walistahili kushinda mchezo wa leo, walifanya kila kitu kupata ushindi. Sisi tunashukuru hii point moja, na naweza sema kwamba ilikuwa one of the luckiest outing ambao tumewahi kuwa nayo, kwa sababu ukiangalia imekuwa ngeleka 90 minutes. So lazima wachezaji pia tukae chini tujiulize ni nini tungefanya kumsaidia kipa wetu leo. But huo ni mchezo, vile nimesema kwamba nimekosa kidogo options katika maybe kipindi cha pili. Na kipindi cha kwanza kweli walidominate. Kipindi cha pili tulikuwa calm kidogo, but yes, lazima tukue na watu kutoka kwenye bench. Haikuwa na sikuwa na hiyo uwezo, but I think hiyo point moja inatuweka mahali. Siku zote naamini ukiongeza point katika alama ambazo uko nazo, then is a plus to you despite the performance today.
Basa, we shift gears to Mount Kenya.
Tunaingia mlimani,
Kirinyaga County.
Yes.
Pale Wanguru Stadium where Shabana.
It's Wanguru Stadium.
Wanguru Stadium.
Sio Wanguru?
Wanguru, there's an apostrophe.
Yes. Sisi tunasema Wanguru.
No, there's an apostrophe.
Okay.
Wanguru Stadium.
And that is in where?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kirinyaga
County.
Aha. So hapo kulikuwa na Torebobe, Shabana.
Like you say,
yes.
Shabana delivered their mails.
Yes.
Easily.
They delivered the mail proper. Barua pepe 2 to Posta Rangers.
You might think they were home.
Actually, one of the things that both teams didn't anticipate is the surface. I think management ya Wanguru walishtukia tu kuna game inachezwa hapa.
Oh.
So the grass was long.
Wow.
So hainini sana, the ball does not flow very easily. And then even running kwa hiyo grass, it pulls the hamstrings na quads. Unavutwa sana, so you get tired.
It's true, because they say when you're playing golf, when you walk on a fairway, it's easier than walking on the roughs. You struggle actually.
Correct.
Walking.
So fairway ni hapa katikati.
Fairway ni hapa katikati.
Rough ni huko kwa msitu.
Hiyo ndio rough.
So ukitembea huko ni shida.
Utaumia. You will be tired.
Bas. So now hiyo inches.
So you can imagine playing football in such a grass.
Ilisumbua Posta sana.
But Posta wamekuwa kisumbuka with or without grass.
Nini walisaidika? Shabana walisaidika because
the clever boys.
Yeah, their kind of play allows you to play on that surface. Bole kagi chini, inua, kakisonga, flanks, cross, evo. That's what they do. So it was a bit, and you see, I don't know why people have never looked at how Shabana play, because that's what they do. They will look the ball mbele, second ball outside 18, their guys shoot. They shoot. That's how they score the first goal. Shoot, goalkeeper may rebound, ndani. Ya pili, shoot, goalkeeper may rebound, ndani.
That's
so
how they won.
Yeah, they scored 2 goals like that. So they finish the weekend third
position.
Yes, Kevin coach alikuwa na complain.
Wali complain. Of course.
Ni makosa kiulinzi pale, lack of course.
Tumemanage ku keep the ball wakati inatakikana. Transition zimeonekana, so na mabao pia zimeonekana. So naweza sema it's a good effort kutoka kwa vijana.
Coach, tuzungumzia sahihi zako mpya ambazo umepata. Mfungaji amefunga, assist amepata goli, lakini pia tumeona Papa Diallo. Inakupa picha gani licha kwa ndo mechi ya kwanza na pia wameonyesha mchezo mzuri?
Yeah, kwanza ukimwangalia Diallo, that is the kind of offensive player tumekuwa tukiomba sana kuja kusaidia kina Umuri na kina Michira. Ukimwangalia amekuwa on the game, ukiangalia speed yake, very good speed, very intelligent boy. His work rate is good. Despite tukiangalia tumeweza kumtoka sababu tuliona pia haja train na team sana. So tulijua alikuwa na that much fitness. So ukimwangalia nayo Mobeto pia amepiga bao. He was there when we needed him. Na nasema sign zetu zimekuwa poa, zimekuwa fiti, imeingiza depth kwa timu. Ukiangalia sub zetu pia zimewaka vizuri. So mimi naweza sema saa hizi Shabana tukianza tuko sawa, tukipiga sub tuko sawa.
Nadhani tukiangalia pesa za kiwanja manyazi imekuwa juu sana. Kulikuwa na complain kuhusu misuli zinavuta the more tunacheza sana. Na ungeangalia kipindi cha kwanza kikwenda kuisha kidogo kwa uchovu kanaonekana. Kipindi cha pili ungeangalia wachezaji wa timu zote mbili wale wakipigwa sub, wengi wao walipigwa subs na misuli inavuta. Ni surface kiwanja ndani kibati kiwanja mzuri ikapunguza tu manyazi kwa saa. Kwa hivyo ndani sio game mbaya kwetu. Sasa tume lose mechi ya 8 hatujafunga bao. Ukiangalia pia sasa ile hatujafunga bao ndio tuchangia pia tukose kupata point. But ukiangalia nafasi pia tuna create but solely ni kwa nini we are not scoring. Yeah.
Factor immense pressure for that guy of Posta Ranger.
Kabisa because 8 matches you've not won.
Mbona anaitwa Korea?
Because alishine kwa tournament ya youth huko Korea.
Alafu
sasa si alishine at that level. Kwa nini asishine?
Okay, you were saying something.
Unasema Posta 8 matches they've not won. It's a lot of pressure for them. They scored only 2 goals in 8 matches. It's a worrying factor. Big one, and especially now after when they turned the season, they sold their best player, Jackson Duang. Walimuza Gor Mahia. When they're struggling to score, Duang is creating and scoring at Gor Mahia. The irony of life, I'm telling you. So that's where they are. But Shabana, kudos to them. Okidi is still doing a good job. Yeah. They're third on the log.
They're third, yes.
Lakini sasa shida ni ya kwamba 1 point ahead of who? Morangasil.
Morangasil wanakuja hivi.
Moranga wanawaka wameweka indicator hivi. Indicator walishaweka. Osborne Mande acheki na watu. So that indicator is there. And
yeah,
you see
which is good.
And the resilience
the pressure
of that
is nice.
team. I wish we had the clips for that game they played, the last game they played. The resilience in that team. They won 3-2. But you could see the fighting spirit that they have. Never say die. Only that mtu asichukue ule kijana wenyu wa mtoe hapo Waithira.
But the team can score 9 goals, Mike. Yes. Despite whoever you're playing. Yeah, the resilience you're talking about. Yes. Wanajituma
sana. Anyway,
twende Ulinzi. Twende the
battle of the serikali ni kuu na serikali inaitwaje? The defense, internal security and border security. See, borders is iko guarded na jeshi.
Yes.
Ya huku ndani iko guarded na foridhi. Bas.
Sasa the disciplined disciples derby.
Yes.
Even ndio mnaita disciplined disciples.
Yes, disciplined forces derby. So ilikuwa pale Ulinzi complex.
Yes.
Police versus Ulinzi Stars. And as people expected, it was supposed to be 3 easy points for police, but walifunga kwanza. Then they conceded a goal from, I mean, there's something with our goalkeepers. They do very well, but one mistake, so costly to the team, and it is bad. I mean, if you look at that goal that walifungwa, police, I mean, how does somebody cross the ball from so far off, imefika mpaka inakuja ku drop into the goal, ndio keeper na realize haya.
Careless.
Hii ball inakuja kuingia. Concentration.
Yeah.
By the way, that is just lack of concentration. Yeah. Then there was so much tension in that game at the end of it. I don't know what happened. I mean, you see, as much as, like we always say, even as much as AFC and Gor will be bitter rivals, on the pitch the players don't know that. They live together, they go to the same gyms, they play for the national team, wote.
They go hang out together.
Yeah, they hang out together. Wanachongwanaga. Muliona vile tuliwafanya. Nyinyi tutakutana nyinyi next mutaona. You know, they do all these things.
And that's how it should be.
Sports is all about being together and being there for each other.
Absolutely.
That is what is beautiful about sport, especially football. But now when the rivalry comes and it boils over, I mean, tension is equal, but it doesn't need to boil over. When it boils over, especially on the pitch, spiral effect to the fans as well.
Yeah.
So apparently kulikuwa na tension kidogo hapo, lakini kalisha. Muyoti akona shida mingi sana. Yani he's come to police and police now are doing worse than what they were before. So listen to Muyoti. Alilia. Complained a lot.
Nashukuru Mungu, I think tumekuwa na game nzuri sana, ila chances ambazo tumepata pia tumepoteza na tumeconcede bao rahisi sana. I think ule mchezaji ni kama alikuwa analeta cross, bahati mbaya kaingia, but all the same ni ku pick up from where tumeacha, kwa sababu vijana wamekuwa na mchezo mzuri sana na I think it's just about the final third, kwamba tukiweza kupatana na nafasi zetu tuweze kutumia. Kwanza kabisa na feel katika situation kama ile, sisi wachezaji nafaa tujue yule mchezaji ambaye analeta hii cross mbona hakuwa na mtu? Lazima tu ilifaa tu close in ku make sure let hiyo ball, na I think hizo ndo baadhi ya vitu ambazo inafaa tuangalie, kwa sababu ukiangalia general team performance imekuwa ni mzuri, na tungefaa at least kutoka na 3 points my thinking na situation kama zile ndio inafaa tuangalie katika training zetu. Mbona player lete tu cross bila kupata ile opposition? Ni very important we close in, we make sure that hata asione juu to force opponent afanye nini, a pass ball, akipass ball nyuma maybe your cross haitakuja. I think it's high time pia tujue katika field of play, how we manage the field of play ni very important. Na mimi naangalia katika kama game ya leo, ukiangalia second half Ulinzi wamekuja na mostly power play, na lazima ilikuwa tuweze kuzuia hiyo power play kwa kuweza kuwa close in.
Kwanza ni kushukuru kwa hiyo pointi moja, ni bora kushinda kosa lolote. So tunashukuru vijana wamejituma kutoka chini kusawazisha, wameonyesha ari ya kutaka kupata kitu. So kwangu kupata hiyo point moja ni muhimu sana, considering hatujapata points kwa muda mrefu. So mimi nasema kongole kwa vijana wangu, na pia nasema polisi wametupatia kazi mzuri, wametupatia maswali mengi ambayo tutajibu mbeleni kwa mazoezi na tukiprepare katika mechi ijayo. Lakini pia na congratulate wale polisi, wana timu nzuri. Muhimu ni kama vile uliangalia tukicheza na polisi, tulikuwa tuna sit back kidogo ama tunacheza mid block. Cha msingi kabisa zile nafasi ambazo tunapata kama tunaweza zitumia, then tunaweza kuwa katika nafasi nzuri sana ya kushinda mechi, kwa sababu ukiangalia hata katika kipindi cha kwanza tumepata nafasi nzuri katika wakati polisi walikuwa wanafanya build up katika sehemu yao pale nyuma, wakafanya makosa, tukapata nafasi ya kwanza, ya pili na labda hata ya tatu, ambazo kama tungezitia kwenye nyavu tungekuwa tunazungumzia swala lingine sasa hivi.
Twende Dar es Salaam.
Tumemalizana na league sasa.
Tumemalizana na
tunaingia round 21 tunaingia. Can you imagine there are 14 games to go? 13
only.
Tunasongea karibu. Hapa ndio mkoko unaalika maua sasa.
Hapa ndio tunajua mbivu na mbichi.
Ukipigwa shida.
Ukidraw shida.
Bas, ndio hiyo. So kule Tanzania we went to play the return leg of the World Cup qualifiers under 20
yes.
3. I mean, we had a good chance in Nairobi. We scored only 1 goal, won 1-0. That's the danger of winning 1-0.
Yeah, we should have won 3.
Yes, especially against a team like Tanzania. They possess the ball, they pass it around, and then remember half the team, the under-20s, half of them play for the senior team. So they've got a lot of experience, and they knew what to do. But we considered a very soft penalty. Very soft.
I think the girls were tense.
The tension was there from Nairobi after the game. You know the way people celebrate after winning?
Yeah.
There was no celebration. They were so muted. It's like they were like, yeah.
I think it's because they were expecting to have to take advantage of more goals, considering it's an aggregation win.
Yes.
So that now when you go there, they try and look for at least 1 or 2.
But the game plan was good. Sit back, relax, try and hit on the counter. But then when they considered the penalty now, it became difficult because both teams now sat back. Kila mtu mekana. It's like Tanzania knew tukienda pena, si tuko sawa tunajua.
It was quite heartbreaking for our starlets.
Yeah, and hata hakukuwa na crowd ati inapiga kelele or anything. There wasn't anything like that. We just couldn't take our penalties. So tough luck, but good lesson to FKF. Preparations don't start today for tomorrow's game. They start last week. They start a long time ago.
Before.
We always say women football is so neglected in this country, and it's the women who will take us places before the men.
Absolutely.
Under 17 already qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah.
The senior women are going to play at AFCON. So if
our under 20 tulibakisha tu hivi
kidogo sana. Yeah, we were going to the last round.
There was hope for sure.
There was hope actually, but anyway, tough luck. We sit back, relax, re-strategize, and see how best we pick ourselves up from that one. So, girls, tough luck, but there's always a next time.
And I think we shouldn't look down. Like it's a lesson for them. Don't look down to you think it's a small team or whatever it is. No.
Yeah.
Go hard when you get that chance.
Kabisa.
Get more goals.
Tunaingia wapi tukitoka hapo?
Twende sasa FA Cup.
FA Cup. FKF Cup, there's still one match to be played. Yes. Kuta, they're called Kuta Collection. A very interesting name. And they're called Kuta Collection because it's a collection of players that are good. They've played internationally, they've played locally for Premier League teams or NSL teams, but they were not able to secure a team in the transfer window.
Okay.
So to keep them active and so to speak, kuwauza kwa soko, they wakajikusanya, wakajiita Kuta Collection, wakaingia FKF Cup.
They surprised everyone.
Yes, they were in their game. Actually, they were leading 2-0. Then the equalizer was a very funny call of a penalty. Ni kama ile ya Shabana the other week na Bandari. There was no handball at all. The referee is behind, but he judges that somebody handled the ball. How do you see that?
And those guys were dismissed, Mike.
Yes.
The lines lady, the ref.
Some penalties.
And I love that because, I mean, you can't spoil a game.
Yes.
Literally, and create tension.
It's demotion.
Between teams. And it's your mistake.
Yeah, rudi hapa chini, ujipike.
That was a great move.
Then, utarudishwa juu kama unaweza. Then, so the game went into penalties. Kuta Collection. They were able to win in post-match penalties. So now they're in the round of 32.
They will face Serkal.
No, they're going to face one of those.
Police.
But the draw is not out.
That's what I'm saying. They might face either of the two.
By the way, the beauty of this
Gor
cup,
or Police.
The beauty of this cup is that anybody can play anyone.
And I love that. I want to see. You know why, Mike? I'm happy to see, because we want to see the potential of these other upcoming teams.
Yes.
Can they handle these giants of KPL?
Correct. Hapo ndo mahali penye wako.
So utamu wa game sasa ndio hiyo.
But walicheza red carpet. Wali complain,
which is good.
They played on the red carpet.
They were learning the hard way.
And they said, by the way, hata kakimwagiwa maji tu kidogo.
Pako sawa.
Kapewa tu mbolea ya maji tu kidogo tu. To be okay.
Yes.
I think that's our biggest problem with these particular pitches, because the wear and tear is so high. These pitches kama hii, it does not relax. Ainaga time ya kutulia.
Because we feel everyone is using it.
Inatumika day in, day out.
Like now I'm trying to imagine how many teams play here, including those small academies when kids are home.
Now that's what I wanted to say, including the kids from Nyayo, from
and this
wherever.
Is big.
Yeah, the surrounding areas. So this kiwanja looks like it serves a lot of them. So wacha tusikize Kuta Collection after qualifying for the round of 32 FKF Cup.
We're just going to work on maybe our tactics to improve better. Today we may struggle in terms of the surface. We didn't get a chance to play the way we wanted to play. But we are hoping that for the round of 32 tutakuwa home, which is a better surface, and we can at least play the way we want to play. The fans need to enjoy. So the surface has to be playable, because with this kind of surface, it's difficult to control ball, difficult to give a good pass. So kitu tu naweza sema ni it needs a little bit of improvement, because it isn't a bad pitch, but it lacks a bit of watering. Inafaa ipigwe maji vizuri, at least the grass ikuwe green. It isn't a surface that you can say it's all lost. Ni kiwanja inaweza tengenezwa.
And our players also really, have a lot of lessons to learn from this game, because when we were leading 2-0, I think there was a bit of laxity. Maybe we did some changes that we should not have done in terms of substitutions, and they ended up coming up level. It was a test of nerves, but I think this is just the beginning. You'll be seeing more of Kuta Collections FC, because this is a team that doesn't play in any league. Ni timu ambayo tumekusanya wachezaji wale wako na talent, but they don't have teams to play. We have very young players. We have 18-year-old players. So when they mix with these experienced players, I think we have proved to Kenya that there's a lot of talent out there which is not necessarily playing in the league, which can come up with results like today.
Part 1 done and dusted.
Great.
Tumeangalia local zetu zote. Would have loved to give you the highlights of FA Cup, game ya Man City, game ya Arsenal, but muda sio wetu sana. We need to engage with our hosts here for today to see team inacheza wapi, what they are all about, how many people do they share with the kiwanja, and all that. That's the beauty of Football 90. We get mashinani, speak to the mashinani teams who would otherwise not have that opportunity to be seen out there. So wacha tuingie short break, tukirudi
tunaingia
Meteorite
FC
tutakuwa nao
our second half.